Huge greetings everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well. My name is Nick and we're on the Atari 2600 looking at a game called Beamrider. We're revisiting this one because we had a look at it before some time ago. It was published by Activision in 1983 and essentially aliens have put a big shield called the Restrictor Shield round the Earth and we have to, well, take them out the whole shield sector by sector, and there's 99 sectors, so it's quite a lot to keep you going here. Very tough to complete. So with this yellow ship down the bottom, let's try and see how many sectors we can get through. So it starts off quite straightforward, just left and right and fire essentially. You can occasionally collect missiles if you're lucky, and that's to take out the occasional mothership or flying saucer that goes across the top at the end of each sector. So I'm not doing too badly here. You notice there's sort of like those blue lines going down. The aliens tend to settle on one of those lines, just finding which one is the best. Now be careful, occasionally there'll be an extra live that comes down the screen, it'll be yellow. I tend to make a mistake by shooting them in error. There's one and I've shot it, and that's what you shouldn't do. So my lives are in the bottom left there. In the heat of the battle it's quite easy to take out these extra lives that come down. Now this is a good game, this one. If you had this back in the day, then let me know. What sector did you get up to? It's all about sharing the memories really, easing a bit of stress and having a bit of fun. But I do love the sort of sounds this Atari 2600 can kick out. Nice full sounds, nice earthy sounds, and you know, full of nostalgia and retro if you had the game back in the day. Really good stuff. If you're into your Atari 2600, we have been the last few weeks at least doing an Atari 2600 live stream on Monday. Starts around about 9 o'clock, so if you're there, 9 o'clock UK time if you're about, please drop by. Tend to last about an hour and a half, an hour, something like that. So in Sector 2, away we go, not too many lives left. So the Earth is surrounded by a big shield. There's some asteroids, we can't destroy them. Right, kaboom! Now there's a way of firing missiles, I think, which might represent those three purple things up the top there, but can't seem to do that for the time being. Maybe you have to do something else. But a very nice game. If I had it back in the day, I would have played it quite a bit. So Activision in 1983, then they tend to be the main publishers as far as I can make out on the Atari 2600. There's Activision, Atari and Parker Brothers sometimes show up. If you know any others, let me know. But, you know, I haven't reviewed too many Atari 2600 games. Hopefully we can add to the catalogue there. Hooray! Right, kaboom. We're in Sector 2, not doing too badly here. The ship is, well designed for the time, I suppose. It's a big triangle thing with a Lego-looking shooter on the front. Good stuff. Right. Yeah, there's an extra life there that I just missed down the right-hand side that you might have noticed just flooding by. Let's see one of these big UFOs that go across. There's one left. There we go. Now, no, I can't seem to fire the missile. There's a way of doing that, I'm sure. Okay. On to the next sector. You see, there's 15 it says there on the top left. That's the amount of aliens we need to kill to get off the sector. So Sector 3 of 99. To go right the way through the game would have been a bit of an achievement. And you can bet your dollar back in the day if you'd on the Sector 98 or something, your mum would then call you for dinner, and then you'd have to try and make an excuse why you couldn't come. Yes, brilliant. I can't come to dinner now, I'm on Sector 84, and my best go ever. Those were the days, weren't they? Those were the days. Right. 9 left, 8 left. I'm sure you can do the rest of the counting yourself. Yeah, a real fun game. I'm enjoying looking at the shooters. Other ones there, of course, Phoenix there, Galaxian, Space Invaders, and a number of other ones. Put your favourite Atari 2600 shooter down the bottom there. Oh, he's done it again. Put your favourite shooter down there, and if I haven't already, I'll make a note of it to review it if I haven't already done so. Good stuff. Right. So I don't know why these aliens are trying to capture the Earth. They've generally got a good reason. We've made such a mess of it. Mind you, we hadn't made too much of a mess of it in 1983. Most of that stuff was to come later, wasn't it, really? Never mind. I think the furthest I've ever got to is maybe about Sector 8 on this thing. So it starts off quite gentle. I'm a little bit newbie game player on this. Oh, don't let the aliens kamikaze into you, because they will kamikaze them. You know, it's quite novel. It's quite unique. This I mean, in an era which was awash with shooters, they've been original on it. There's enough here that you can remember it. You know, from the screenshots, you'll know exactly what the game is. A lot of shooters, particularly on the Spectrum, look very similar to each other, so it's hard to distinguish. But, you know, this does its own thing. Don't think it came out on the ZX Spectrum. I'm trying to think if it came out on anything else. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. That's what it's all about. But I don't recall seeing it anywhere else. A bit frustrating I can't fire that missile there, but that would be cool if I could hit that thing up the top for special bonus scores as we sail into Sector 5 of 99. So the idea is, after each sector we've wiped out a fraction of the shield. 99 needed. Okay, so I'd imagine the aliens are going to get quite a bit advanced the further we get into this. It's not moving overly fast at the moment. Nice and gentle, as aliens tend to be. Do they? Yeah, a nice early first wave. But you can get into a rhythm of this game, and then time can go past quite fast. And that's all my lives gone. Well, we're to Sector 5. Have we got time for another go? I think we can fit another go in this Beamrider. Not to get confused with Knight Rider, of course. This is a different game. I don't think Knight Rider come out on the Atari 2600. It might have been a bit too late TV series for it. But... Right, so the games tend to be the early 80s, maybe late 70s, a couple of them. How long was the Atari 2600's run? You might have had an Atari 2600, the wooden one, or you might have had one of the later machines that perhaps I can come to at some later stage. They're all 8-bit this, but they handle 8-bit differently, and sometimes I think it might be 4-bit, but that's impossible, because it started off on 8-bit. There was nothing lesser than that to begin with, as far as I'm aware. My first computer was a ZX Spectrum 48K, a rubber keyboard, so you know, I was a bit later on the scene to take fully use of the Atari 2600, but a friend I knew down the road did have one, and before I had my Speccy, I was round their house quite a bit playing that. And as kids are, well, as soon as I got my Spectrum, I hardly ever saw them. Hooray! You know, kids are kids, aren't they? Really, they're, you know, one-track mind. They go with the action. Right, there's another UFO there. Looks like something out of a Beatles video. Right. I should have said Oasis to be more up with it, shouldn't I? Right. 660 points. Nice colour palette on the Atari 2600 as well. I do like the blues it does. Yellow, the orange turns up a lot. I think that orange or brown turned up a lot in Pac-Man, which is a terrible game. I have reviewed that once. I don't think we'll be reviewing that again. Might come back to Mus Pac-Man, that's a bit better, and Junior Pac-Man as well, where you're scrolling over a number of different screens, not a single screen, which is nice to see the Atari 2600 do. Okay, so if you owned a Atari 2600 back in the day, you're probably in your mid-40s, or you might be, if you adopted it quite early, you might be in your 50s or even 60s. So yeah, it's good to have a wide range of ages looking at stuff on the channel. Time of recording, I'm in my, well, I say mid-40s, holding on to it. There, so it's good. Cover a bit of a range. Haven't covered any PlayStation 4 for a while, but it's good to dive into that every now and again. Yeah, it's good to see the full range, where stuff began and where we are now. Certainly in these games you never have any DLCs, they very much pick up and play. You know you're not going to have to download anything extra, so it's a much simpler time. You can play it for as long as you want, turn it off, and when you turn it back on again, and put the cartridge in, of course, the game's there ready and waiting, and there's no hassle. The version of the game you play is the same as the version that everyone else plays, because it comes off the single cartridge. There's something to be said for that, isn't there? There's something to be said. Simpler times, retro times, less hassle. I mean, I don't think a game should make you more stressed than when that you started it. I do see videos on YouTube where people are online wearing a headset and they go crazily mad when stuff's happened or people are cheating and all that sort of stuff. I don't think you can play Beamrider online with about 5,000 people. I don't think so. Right, I'm not doing very well getting those extra lives, have I? I don't think I've got any of them. Did live stream this a few weeks ago with a mixture of other games as well, as we tend to dart around. Badoo. Off we go again, I think. Right, Sector 4. 15 aliens to destroy. Doesn't include those rocks going around. Don't know what they are. Maybe defunct satellites or something that have, I don't know, gone out of orbit. Whoops, don't get shot. That's always good advice, no matter what game you're playing and in real life as well. Right, 11 left. Just concentrate. Sometimes it's a bit hard when you're trying to comment and play the game at the same time. But it's a bit of a skill to it. There's another extra life there as well that drifted past my right hand side. Whoops, that was close. 4 left. 4 left, and then we're on to sector 5. Oh no, what did he do? Still got another life left as I get ripped apart into into shreds. It's like something falling into a jelly, I think, when you get hit there. All over the place. There's 3 more aliens to kill now. Come on, we can kill them. There's that little comet going past. 2 left. 1 left. Oh, I was just out of range. There, we've done it. Oh, Nicky. Find a way to fire the missile. You might have to do that straight away, but I'm hitting all sorts of combinations. I'm sure it can be done. Right, sector 5. Not many lives left. It could be the end of this little ship now. I think the Earth is doomed. I don't know what aliens are attacking the Earth, but there could be a collection. Daleks, Cybermen, those things out of Independence Day. It's endless. Martians from Mars attacks. It's endless amount of aliens that come down wanting a piece of the action. I think the only decent alien that visited us was E.T., wasn't it? And what happened to him? We didn't treat him very well. I think humans are probably the bad guys in most of these. Right, I mean, if humans from more advanced than other races visit their planet, I'd be worried when one of our ships turned up. Right, I've got an extra life for a change. At least I got one of them. And we're going to get on to section 6 by the looks of things. Hooray for us! Right, if you're enjoying watching the channel and want more of these sort of videos, please consider subscribing, because it's very tough in the YouTube algorithm. But I think a part of the algorithm might be linked to how many views you've got and how many subscribers you've got and the watch time and all those sort of things. If you want to help it a bit more, if you want to go above and beyond, there's memberships as well. If you hit the join button next to subscribe, it will tell you a little bit more about that before you actually commit yourself. I think you can cancel at any time as well, but it's a big help to me. Helps me continue with this sort of like level of content I'm currently doing, and as I say, I'm stressing less. I can do more and plan bigger and greater things. So thank you there, thank you. Channel's been going about 7 to 8 years at time of recording. So no, I think I've learnt quite a bit in that sort of time. I'm not a fly-by-night fellow. Good stuff. And I think I might be not that, but I haven't saved the Earth. But we've got 1 life left. It's now or never, as Elvis Presley once sang. He might have sang it more than once. Don't hold me to that. Well, they're weaving about a bit now, these guys. Oh, there's an extra life there I could have got. Well, I couldn't. I think it comes down the same time as a rocket. Now it's starting to go a bit fast now for me. Starting to go a little bit fast. Yes. Oh, he hid behind that rock. Sector 6. Now this will take us safely onto Sector 7, I think. Now, it's going to get super fast and out of control now, isn't it? So I don't expect to last too long. I've only got 1 life left here. What's going to come at me? Evilness, no doubt. Oh, I've been kaboomed quite quickly in Sector 7 of 99. So I got quite close to completing that. I was only 92 sectors away. Excellent. So I hope you liked having a look at that game. It's well worth visiting. It's a classic, plays absolutely brilliant, a joy to play and get a nice retro buzz from this. I can't say anything bad about it really. So that game was Beamrider on the Atari 2600. Thanks for watching again. It is appreciated. Published by Activision in 1983. Got any comments about this game, similar games or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome, and I love reading what you think as well. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.